Welcome back to Total Barnage. Today I'm joined with Charlotte Knudsen.
Hello.
Hi, Charlotte. Well, today we are discussing the top 10 80s fitness and diet trends and seeing if they still hold up today. What do you think of that, Charlotte?
Let's get physical.
Let's get physical with it. Let's get
fruity
with it. And in fact, that leads us on to our first one. It's the grapefruit diet. Okay, let me give you a little explanation of what exactly this is. So, it's a strict plan where every meal included grapefruit or grape juice is within it.
Grapefruit juice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The belief it was it contained a special enzyme that burned fat.
Oh,
Why people believed it? The simple rule, it was easy to follow. Quick weight loss from caloric restriction. Sounded scientific enough to sell. But what actually happened was people dropped weight fast because of calories were extremely low. Meals were repetitive, leading to less food intake. And the modern take is there's no fat burning enzyme within the grapefruit, but using low calorie and high volume foods like fruit is a legit strategy. So, Charlotte, what are your first thoughts on the grapefruit diet?
Was that enzyme bromine, or is that what's in pineapple? I know there's an enzyme in...
Do you know what? I couldn't tell you.
I feel like that's pineapple. Well, my mother has done this diet. So, it's not... You're just having a grapefruit with every meal?
Yes.
Or is it a grapefruit for every meal?
There's either grapefruit juice or grapefruits at each meal. We got a simplified diet here. Breakfast looks like a grapefruit with 2 eggs.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Lunch looks like half a grapefruit or 8 ounces of unsweetened grapefruit juice, and that's it. And then dinner would be half a grapefruit or grapefruit juice with meat or fish with salad.
It's giving fish and a rice cake, isn't it?
I mean, it's a lot of grapefruit.
Also...
What does that do to your piss? Does it make it taste like grapefruit?
Stingy. And...
Stingy?
Well,
Acidic.
really acidic, mate.
Yeah.
If you're having that much... I mean, obviously, we've got stomach acid. Like, it will break stuff down. But that's very acidic. Like, say you have a UTI, right? They always say don't have, like, orange juice or anything because it will make your pee more acidic.
Yeah.
And so you can only imagine what a grapefruit's going to do. It's the same kind of thing. If anything, probably slightly more acidic than an orange. I mean, you tasted them. They're bitter. I like a grapefruit, but I could not be doing that. And your teeth. Your enamel will be screaming.
Yeah.
From how acidic that is. Plus the sugar in it. And in my opinion, like, if you're having the grapefruit every single meal, like, fruit is great, right? I'm never going to be like, don't do that. But it's going to spike your blood sugar levels up if that's, like, a big portion of your meal.
Yeah. I mean, it's every meal.
Yeah.
Everyone should have a little bit more fruit in their diet. No one really eats enough fruit. Some people are scared of fruit. But that's crazy. I mean, at least there's protein in there. I mean, they're getting eggs at breakfast and some meat and fish at dinner. But yeah, it's a pretty crap diet. It's so restrictive. I guess that's why people saw results on it, because they were like, shit, I got a summer holiday in 8 weeks. Yeah. I'm going to just do a grapefruit diet.
It's yo-yo dieting, isn't it, at the end of the day?
And then they lose a bunch of fat. They don't really learn anything about nutrition. They just follow a very restrictive diet.
Exactly.
On a scale of 1 to 10, Charlotte, what do you give the grapefruit diet?
4.
I think I'm going to introduce something called the lemon diet, and so you can only eat lemons, but no one's going to eat it.
But you have to just suck on them as well.
Yeah. That's the only sustenance you can have. I'm going to give the grapefruit diet a 3 out of 10. I think it's pretty bad.
Also completely disregards getting your 5 a day in, doesn't it?
I mean, at least you're getting 5 grapefruits in a day.
Yeah.
Anyway.
True. It depends how you play it out, doesn't it? Like, if you had a balanced meal with that, then cool. But if you're just having a grapefruit and then, like, one other thing...
Lunch is just grapefruit or grapefruit juice.
Yeah, that's so peak. I'd be so hungry and upset. And that's probably what you're consuming, a max of, like, 900 calories, if that.
Yeah, I know. It's like, No, 2 eggs is what? 150 calories.
Mate, 600 calories. It's like a spag bowl in a day.
Yeah, fuck all. You're not eating a whole lot. Heavily restriction, not teaching you anything about nutrition.
Yeah.
You're going to drop weight fast. You're going to get some form of gratification for the work you're putting in, so hence why people do it. But an all-round crap diet, I give it a 3 out of 10.
Rotten teeth. I actually dropped my mark to a 2.
Yeah, no, it's pretty appalling. Anyway, on to number 2. aerobics, the Jane Fonda era.
This was a proper classic.
Now, I'm a big fan of aerobics. I'm a big fan of getting anyone moving. So, for those who don't know, this is a dance-based cardio workout at home, popularised by Jane Fonda through VHS tapes.
Yeah.
It exploded because it was accessible. There was no gym needed. It was fun and social. And first-time fitness was marketed heavily to women. What worked? It was high energy expenditure. There was the community vibe. It was fun, and it was people stayed consistent with it. What it lacked was there was no strength training, and there was no progressive overload. It is basically, so the modern take is it's basically the blueprint for modern fitness groups,
right?
HIIT workouts, and Peloton-style content.
Yeah.
See, I'm a big advocate of this, having fun, working out as a group, moving the body, getting a good cardio workout in. It's not going to necessarily make you super strong. But I think bring back aerobics personally.
Yeah,
I think
100%.
I've been trying to get you to do it for years, but
My mum's an aerobics. My mum is a trained aerobics instructor. She used to teach aerobics, and actually they do sometimes use like little dumbbells and stuff in them, and like the ankle weights and stuff. So bring it back, mate. That was like the blueprint to I want to look more toned. Get some aerobics down your girl.
Yeah, I guess it's similar to the Pilates girls at the moment.
Yeah,
I reckon it's the same sort of people.
Just a bit more sweaty.
A little bit more sweaty, a bit more music going. I like it. I think I would get involved with some of aerobics if it was at Barn Gym. You get all dressed up again.
Yeah, get your leg warmers on.
But yeah, if you were to do like 3 aerobics workouts a week and 1 or 2 strength sessions, you're going to be in an amazing shape.
My mum had a banging bod when she used to do aerobics.
Did she now?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
Cuss, yeah. I'll get you a picture.
And then we've
the
got
podcast.
Jack Charlotte, strength trainer.
Yeah, my mum is so different to me. My mum is such an almond mum, and I'm a beef girl.
Yeah. Well, of recently a beef girl.
Of recent, yeah. No, I'm just a balanced meal and heavy resistance training girl. But yeah, mum is proper almond mum. Pilates.
But yeah, accessible, community driven, fun.
Yeah.
Cardio workout, brilliant. I'm going to give aerobics a 8 out of 10 just purely because people would have been misled slightly to looking at the instructions thinking I want to look like them, and the instructor was probably doing some strength training.
Yeah.
So I think it gives you a toned and thin physique.
Yeah.
If you were to do it a lot alongside some form of caloric restriction and healthy diet, but it's not going to really build like a muscular strong physique. So aerobics on its own, 8 out of 10, but it combined with strength training, I reckon it's up towards a 10 out of 10. It's a good cardio workout.
I agree. Second that heavily. Yeah, and also community vibe, because a lot of people would do it with other people.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Great
just
fun.
following on the videos. It's nice to follow along, and good people are scared of the gym. So, yeah, 8 out of 10.
All right, so we're going on to the cabbage soup diet. Right, this was marketed as lose 10 pounds in 7 days. The diet consists of eat as much cabbage soup as you would want for a week, plus minimal extras on certain days. So, day 1 would be eat only fruits except bananas and have as much cabbage soup as you want. Then day 2 would be start the day with a baked potato and then eat only vegetables and cabbage soup. Day 3 would be eat only fruit and vegetables except for bananas and starchy vegetables with some cabbage soup. Then day 4 would be eat only bananas, milk and yogurt with some cabbage soup. Day 5, eat only tomatoes and protein like fish.
With
Finally get some
cabbage
protein
soup.
in. And some cabbage soup again. There's a bit of a trend here. Day 7, eat only protein and veggies. No starchy vegetables, though. And some cabbage soup, of course.
Extra cabbage
And then
soup.
on day 7, eat only fruits, vegetables, juices, no bananas or starchy vegetables, and some cabbage soup to top it off. Wow, what a diet. What are your first thoughts on that one, Charlotte?
Well, you certainly wouldn't be constipated, and you'd probably be farting quite a lot. Cabbage. Brassica farts, everyone. Brassica farts.
Brassica farts.
Brassica farts,
I
Ben.
think there would be some earthquake farts going on in the
you
barn if we
would
were to
be
do it.
tooting out the gaff, mate.
Yeah. I think it would make for a very explosive toilet experience.
Tutankhamun.
A few times a day, or if not several. Just Look, Whole Foods, brilliant.
5 a day.
We're avoiding ultra processed foods. Great. You're getting fruit and vegetables in. But where's the fucking protein? I mean, in this week, we've only got one day where we're able to have protein, and it recommends fish and turkey. So very lean sources.
Yeah.
Massive calorie restriction. I mean, you're not going to be eating a whole lot.
You're going to be feeling very tired.
And the majority, let's be honest, of those 10 pounds in 7 days, which is their marketing they used, is probably water and glycogen retention just dropping
Exactly
down.
that.
So not a lot. There would be fat loss, don't get me wrong. You're in a heavy calorie restriction. But you would see that, probably that initial weight loss, which would be your glycogen and water dropping down very quickly. And then you're like, oh my God, it works. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Lose loads of muscle mass, heavily restricted diet. Probably going to teach you some bad eating habits.
Great fibre intake.
Great fibre intake though, like an A+ on the fibre intake.
Probably a nice little reset for your digestive system. If you're someone who looks bloated a lot, you're going to be very fluid. So you might feel a lot tighter around the waistline. But yeah, just in terms of like a balanced macro standpoint, pretty poor.
Yeah.
Good amount of micronutrients in there, good vitamins, good minerals, but yeah, you need your protein, man. You need your fats really, especially like for hormone health as well and cell health. Like
Just
you
none.
need good fats.
There's no fats and protein in there. Like I mean,
And carbs.
Imagine the way you would
Trace
be
carbs.
feeling on this
wank.
diet. I mean, you're probably getting 50 to 60 grams of carbs a day from the vegetables, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Hormone function would be at an all-time low. You'd be feeling like crap. But unfortunately, in the 80s, people didn't really have the abundance of information from the internet back then. And you probably get a lot of very one-sided diet books where they're preaching the cabbage soup diet. And you probably read it and believe it, right?
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate that people being misled with nutrition.
Imagine a lot of models doing that diet.
Oh, I bet. You know, there's an even more
Agencies.
interesting diet coming later on, which
God.
all the celebs would have been doing. But I give the cabbage soup diet I give it a lower score than the grapefruit one. I give it a 2 out of
Really?
10.
I guess, yeah, because you haven't got the leniency to have the extra bits.
There's no getting one macronutrient in. There's no fats and there's no protein. There's just carbs
Yeah, that's
and fiber.
I like how it's like no banana.
You know, if they included some
cannot have a
protein and
carby
like
banana.
some healthy fats in each meal, it'd be a pretty solid diet.
Yeah,
But
fully.
because of that, I mean, the macronutrients are essential for life, and you're not getting any. So anyway,
Stinky.
what would you put the cabbage soup diet?
It's hard because I would have marked it higher than the grapefruit diet just for variety, but
Go on then.
no protein.
Do it. Okay.
No, I'm going to give it, I'm just going to match it with it. I'm going to bring my original grapefruit score back to 3 and then put the cabbage to 2.
Okay, cool. So we're going back into exercise now. This
Yeah.
one I wasn't too familiar with until I saw the photo. It's called the Thigh Master.
Oh, is it that one?
Yes.
My mum has one of those.
So this was a resistance device you could squeeze in between your legs and tone your thighs.
Oh, so good.
So it targeted a specific insecurity, the inner thigh. This is why the marketing worked.
Oh,
It
mate.
was easy to use at home, and it looked effortless. So, I mean, a lot of women wanted that thigh gap,
So
I suppose.
good.
So they were like, yeah, let's just train your adductors. And, yeah, I guess. And there was a bunch of other bodyweight exercises partnered with this, but the Thigh Master was heavily marketed, did very well.
Oh.
Lots of women across the world followed it. But yeah, I mean, it's just not much resistance. I can see the appeal. You can do it behind closed doors.
You can get heavier resistance ones as well. My mum actually had 2 of those. So, fun fact, they still sometimes use them in Pilates. So you can use them but that's just to literally engage your adductors. Say you're on a reformer, sometimes you'll put it between your legs and then your feet up and you're...
Oh, yeah. But at least
But yeah.
Pilates is focusing on the full body, right? I mean, this
Yeah.
is very acutely just focusing on the lower body. Perhaps, again, falling into that trap of women should only train lower body and not upper body. Back then, that was a thing. They wanted toned legs
Classic.
and nothing else. Well, toned legs and toned up abs and Didn't want any other
And
muscle
skinny
mass.
arms.
Skinny arms, yes.
Yeah.
They would have been cabbage darting and thigh mastering away. That's for sure. So thigh master, I mean, it's so acutely focused on the lower body. Sure, there was some other workouts that went alongside it, but I don't give it anywhere near what aerobics does. I'd give it about 4.5 out of 10. At least it's something. Something's better than nothing.
Yeah, I could see the benefits of it. Just strengthening up your adductors. Also could potentially help with pelvic floor strength.
Yeah.
For some women. So yeah, again.
Just get a watermelon in between their legs there and go.
But then it crushes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What happens then?
You could do that.
I could.
We should get.
We should do that. Would be a good bit of content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your final ranking.
On the 6th of May, we'll do that. Final ranking, I would say that's the barn gym, isn't it?
The cameraman's got all excited now.
Oh. Ben,
Behave yourself.
calm down. Ben's excited to crush watermelon himself.
He says licking his lips.
Yeah, 100%. Big watermelon. It's easy to crush them. I said at the chest. I would rank it a 4.
Okay. Right, well, moving on to number 5. We're coming on to halfway through the list now, and this is a new diet. The low-fat diet craze. Okay, so fat was blamed for obesity because fat makes you fat, right? Well, no, not particularly. And what went wrong with it is when fat was removed, a lot of taste was gone. There was a lot more sugar added to return the taste of food. More people ate more because they thought it was to be healthy, but they were just loading up crazily on processed foods. Pringles and other popular brands brought out their fat-free crisps, so people just overindulged in them. It didn't exclude any processed foods. It was just... Actually, the diet was probably more so based around processed foods because brands could market as no fat. Therefore, people would deem it as healthy and eat more of it. And you know, as we know, we've got 3 macronutrients: carbs, fats, and protein. Fats are absolutely essential for our bodies to function correctly, affecting our
Literally
hormones, our
cellular
focus, our satiety levels, how well we sleep. I mean, absolutely everything.
Your skin and hair and your nails.
Every single part of your body requires fat to function correctly.
Yeah.
And removing it completely, not only is it going to increase your hunger and reduce the quality of sleep and your skin, but it's also going to make you binge on other foods because you're going to be so hungry because it's very dense. Per calorie, a gram of fat is about 9 calories, whereas carbs and proteins are about 4 calories per gram.
Can help stabilize your blood sugar levels as well, can't it?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many benefits, and I think a lot of people just thought low fat, that's going to be helpful for me. I'll eat loads of that because it's good. A lot of volume eating probably going on there.
So much salad.
It's just a shame that, you know, because that really comes from misinformation.
Yeah.
That whole premise of the diet.
Dum-dum era.
It's just, you could get away with it in the 80s though, because there wasn't really the internet, and you could say, oh yeah, we're doing the fat-free diet. My mate, you know, she lost 10 pounds, you should do it.
Yeah.
And again, really paints a bad picture on what you should eat when you're dieting.
Exactly.
You got any takes on it, Charlotte?
I just literally agree with you. Like, it's just a really not a good idea. Like we touched upon already, like you need to have a balanced diet with all those macros included because like our body needs every single thing, right? So yeah, it's not great, and you just end up looking pretty rotten.
Yeah.
And feeling rotten.
Coke brought out their Coke.
Diet
can.
Coke.
They called it fat-free Coke.
Oh yeah.
Coke's never had fat in it, but they just used it as marketing, so people started drinking more
that's crazy.
Coke. Mental, right? Massive misinformation. People misled, unfortunately. But we know better now, guys.
Yes.
We do. So this next one I hadn't actually heard of before. I don't know if it was more of an American thing. So this is number 6. This is jazzercise. So this is like dance, cardio, and music, fun fitness classes, social atmosphere, non-intimidating, felt more like a hobby than training. Looking here, there's quite a lot of colourful people dressed up, dancing to music of all shapes and sizes. And they've all got a smile on their face, which is great to see. What it lacked, it's the strength progression and individualism. So everyone had to do the same thing. It's the similar problem with aerobics, I suppose. A great cardio working out as a group, community. You're going to consistently turn up, but you're not really going to gain any muscle. There's not the strength benefits or the risk of osteoporosis, strengthening up your bones, especially coming later in age.
Guess a tiny bit of impact, right? Impact from both aerobics and the jazzercise would help a touch, but yeah. I would say aerobics definitely trumps jazzercise. It's kind of a bit like Zumba, I guess, jazzercise. Yeah. Think about it like that. Zumba.
Yeah, it's probably, Zumba's probably
like a modern day tangent. Big fish, little fish, cardboard box.
Exactly. That was the words I was trying to spit out just then came out your mouth. But yeah, I mean, I don't have much more to say on jazzercise. I think it's great cardio workout, community. People keep coming back because their mates are going. They're going to stay consistent. I'd say, again, 8 out of 10 because it's fun and all the other factors I just mentioned. But the lack of strength training means I can't put it any higher than that. Pairing
jazzercise with a little bit of resistance training. And yeah, as I said, movement is better than nothing, right? And if it's something that you're enjoying, that's great. But just try and pair it with a little bit of resistance training if you can.
Yeah, drop us a comment below this podcast, guys, if you want Charlotte to start up a new jazzercise class. Yeah.
Rob will start the jazzercise class.
We'll get loads of people turn up. Turn up for it. Right, on to 7. This is actually one of the the trends that's stuck long term. It obviously worked quite well. SlimFast shakes.
Oh, Christ.
Okay. So it's actually... it replaces meals with shakes to reduce calories. So they kind of get onto the calorie train by now. This came out in the later 80s. People are starting to know what calories are a little bit better. Why it worked. Easy to calorie control. Removed decision fatigue. So rather than I don't know what to have for lunch. I don't know. I'll just take the quick, easy option. That easy option was a shake. So the downside was it didn't teach real eating habits, hunger issues for many people. It's still used today. It's still popularized, but it's been turned into different things like Huel, protein shakes, etc. Now, I don't know if SlimFast shakes had protein in them back then. What are they? 99% fat-free, healthy shake, chocolate flavour.
Milk.
Artificially flavoured on the marketing. Really interesting. On the front of the can back then, it just says artificially flavoured. That's the complete opposite of what we see nowadays.
Yeah. If it's not organic, I don't want it.
Ultra SlimFast shake, because you get skinny even faster drinking this one. It had 24 vitamins, minerals, and 15 grams of protein per 300 milligrams. Well, at least there's some protein in there, and they got some vitamins and minerals. But other than that, it's kind of just manufactured sludge.
Pair that with some amphetamines and some laxatives, you're good to go, mate.
Yeah. Give it a week and see the weight come off. SlimFast. Wow. Maybe we should start selling that here and see how easy the weight comes off. Eh?
Yeah.
Again, restrictive approach. Not learning about nutrition and what you're putting into your body. You end up selling yourself into the marketing they do. It's everything you need to lose weight. You hear that, guys? To people who were desperate and thought, I really want to lose weight, I got a holiday coming up, or I'm ashamed of the way I will look. You see these ads, you hear about people losing weight doing SlimFast, you're not really aware of the health risks of being in that low of a caloric intake. You lose some weight quickly, then you put it all back on, and then you become a yo-yo dieter.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add on SlimFast, Charlotte?
It's crash dieting final boss. There's no diversity in there for your gut. So again, you're going to probably feel pretty awful because a lot of your serotonin's made in your gut as well. And if your gut's not happy, you're not going to be happy. And if you're not happy, you might end up binge eating anyway because you might be an emotional eater. Or it could turn the other way and you could restrict. And that leads to...
Binging
or EDs. And we don't want that in this world.
We
So
do
yes.
not want eating disorders, guys.
You
So
don't want eating disorders.
that was number 7, SlimFast. I'm going to give it at least there's some vitamins and minerals in it. If people understand what it is that was in the shake and they still need to eat food around it rather than having 2 or 3 shakes a day for all their meals, that's a lot worse. But if they're just using it as a bit of a supplement or something on the go, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10.
I would say if you're not just relying on that as a sole meal and you might be doing what you're supposed to do with that kind of thing and to use it as a supplement to supplement an already balanced diet, could be a 4 out of 10. But if you're just using that as your meal replacement for every single meal,
Yeah, low.
1, mate.
Yeah, and I think that's the problem. A lot of people were ill-informed of what it actually should be. And I'm seeing here in the marketing, it's kind of telling people to have a shake for breakfast, shake for lunch, and then a very light meal in the evening, which involves some form of lean protein and some vegetables. So just a heavily calorie restriction. Yeah, it's just marketing back then got people, and unfortunately led to them going down the route.
Falling into that trap, baby.
So, number 8, sweatsuits and sauna belts. Okay, so the premise of this was people wear plastic suits or heated belts to sweat more, so they burn fat faster. The reality is sweat equals water loss and no increases in fat loss, as we know. Risks is severe dehydration and overheating. Modern takes is it still exists today. There's still waist trainers around and people still try and sweat as much as they can within workouts. So I'll ask you this question. If you think sweating more makes you lose weight, do you think when you run a marathon in the South Pole, just because you don't sweat, you're not burning any energy?
Yeah.
You ever thought about that? Okay. So what are your thoughts on these sweatsuits and sauna belts?
If you're trying to make weight for a boxing match, sure, wear your sweatsuit.
Other than that,
If you're trying to do it to lose body fat, mate, have a day off. You're going
I've
to
got
be
my sweatsuit
severely...
upstairs. If you want to
What,
drop some weight,
your
quickly.
cargo one.
Well, why don't we do sweatsuits and SlimFast for a week? See what happens.
We should do that. Some great content.
Well, don't let Xavier go on.
We'll get Charles on the grapefruit diet.
Well, yeah, he'd quite like that.
It'd probably have an adverse effect on him. He'd probably get fat.
Do you
Because
know
he eats all
about-
these snackies and he doesn't gain any weight. And then
Who was the Phil Heath's biggest competitor? The guy with the long hair, Kai Green.
Kai Green, yeah.
Do you know about his grapefruit experience?
No. Oh, yeah.
He probably quite liked the grapefruit.
Oh, God.
Anyway, moving on swiftly. You guys don't want to know about that. Okay, give me a quick ranking of your sweatsuit and sauna belt. I mean, that's like a 1 out of 10.
1, yeah.
Yeah, it's crap.
Dehydration, you're probably going to feel terrible again.
I
And
think I could give it a negative score. It's so bad I don't even want to talk about it. It hurts my soul.
You stupid.
So 9. So aerobics came out in the early 80s, and then it kind of started to plateau, and people were like, what? And then, do you know what they introduced? A step, and it was step aerobics.
Oh,
and
hell
it
yeah.
brought life back to the aerobic scene. Structured cardio using a step platform that added more impact.
Big up the Reebok step.
I don't think they probably marketed the benefits of having impact for like osteoporosis back
Yeah.
then, but if they had, they would have been on to even
Yeah.
more money. But again, why it worked, it was scalable intensity. Some people could have lower boxes and higher steps, structured sessions. People could start to train upper body a little bit more, doing dips and push-ups on it. It was easy to follow. They could do it from home. They could do it in groups. They could go to communities. Limitations, it's a little bit repetitive, and there's no real strength focus, but slightly better than just aerobics on its
Yeah,
own.
100%.
What are your thoughts?
I would probably rate it 7 or an 8, and like also the benefits of like kind of bouncing up and down and high impact stuff for lymphatic drainage as well. It's always good.
Yeah.
Always good. Helps
Yeah.
drain your lymph nodes. Yeah.
We can get Bouncy Castle at Barn Gym. How about that?
Well, remember those little mini trampolines as
We'll do
well.
some
They were good.
lymphatic drainage on a Bouncy Castle.
Mini trampettes.
You've got a Bouncy Castle, Ben?
Yes, Ben's got bounce castle.
You actually got a
Him
Bouncy
and his
Castle?
brother have got bounce castle. Yeah, they chipped in together. They've got bounce castle.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
That's...
Pretty selfish that you haven't brought it here, to be fair.
How have you never told me that before, Ben?
Yeah, I know. Because I'm close.
You're hiding information
I'm close with
from
Ben
me.
and Michelle, you see.
Jeez, that's really actually quite cool. How much does a bouncy castle cost?
A kiddie castle.
It was like 300 and something quid. If you want
300
That's not bad.
no, it's for kids though.
Yeah, so is it a little one?
Well, it's like I
Square.
think it's 9 by 4.
Four turrets.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, you go into a little castle bit, then you can climb this little wall. And
Wow.
slide. Ideal for kids.
That's so fun.
The slides. Remember the ones with the assault course? You
Yeah.
had to go- They,
They're lit.
they
We
were the
should
best
get
thing.
one here.
you know, that's amazing exercise. Climbing, jumping.
Hey.
You know.
Well, you put a bungee on, didn't you? To try and-
Oh,
Hang on.
yeah.
We're getting a little bit sidetracked here, guys.
Barn Gym Day, we should get a long
A
one.
bouncy castle. I
Hire
mean,
one of those assault courses. That'd
It's
be so
injury
fun.
central, though, isn't it? You know, people
Yeah.
just take it too far. I mean, I remember when we
Insurance.
got people jumping over hay bales in the field, and I remember Patrick Smith just like launched himself over a hay bale, gave it too much, just went over the other side and like hit the ground and rolled a bit. I was like,
Oh, Patrick,
no."
man.
I was like, Patrick, are you okay? And he was like, yeah, I'm fine. I was like, thank God. Like,
Broken wrist.
yeah, I just
Where there's a
didn't want
blame, there's a claim.
concussion And yeah, exactly. Not insured in that field. Anyway, we'll stay quiet about that.
Cut that the
okay.
podcast.
Number 10, the Beverly Hills diet.
Eels.
Heels. Heel, mini.
Eel, mini.
Right, Beverly Hills diet. Okay, so what it was a strict food diet with rules. You had to eat fruit first and then specific food in sequences. Why it appealed, felt complex, and it seemed smart. So people were like, okay, this is interesting, maybe I should. Glucose Goddess loves a bit of meal timing, and she's playing into that a little bit at the minute. So it's still working to this day, right? Getting the food order correct. Back then, there was no real scientific basis. It was overcomplicating eating. It was very restrictive. People couldn't eat out, but celebrities were doing it. It became very, very popular. So the modern take is kind of like hormone hacks, TikTok nutrition trends, detox diets are very similar to the Beverly Hills diet. What are your first initial takes?
Hard. Have you got like a example of how you would eat on your Beverly Hills diet?
I'm just diving into it. Okay, so correct food combining. Combining a protein with a starch was poor. So they also classified nuts as proteins, where realistically there is much of a dietary
low in
fat.
protein, man.
So they also classified cereals and whole grains as a protein. I mean, this is just
Again, it's
there's a
minimal protein,
bit,
isn't
yeah,
it? Right?
there's a bit, right, but it's more like a fiber, right?
Yeah.
They also said oil and olives as a protein. Bizarre.
Right. Well,
Okay,
that's
and then
not
they
right.
said seafood, flesh food, and dairy food.
Flesh food.
Yeah. All right. This is
Fresh.
interesting. Starches also would fall over into with cereals. But anyway, green vegetables were good with proteins and good with starches, but green vegetables were poor with fruit, acidic fruit, subacidic fruit, and sweets. So really, what you wanted to do was green vegetables with protein in one meal and green vegetables with starches in another meal. And your fruit you would always start with, or something sweet like a banana, a date, or a fig. But you wouldn't want to combine any of your fruit with your proteins and your starches, which is interesting. So you start with fruit, and then you would eat green vegetables with a protein or green vegetables with a starch. You would never have proteins and starches in the same meal.
I think it's one of those things. I think when you look at it from a really simplified perspective, at the end of the day, at least you're getting in a pretty balanced amount of food into your diet. Yes, incredibly restrictive. I don't think that's great. Probably not the healthiest mindset. But, you know, that's all ending up in your tummy at the end of the day. And if you just pull all of those food groups together, it probably look like a health poster for what you should be eating, which kind of sounds alright, right? It's kind of a direction towards a whole food diet. It doesn't seem like it's encouraging kind of processed foods.
Yeah.
So in terms of a balanced perspective with what you're actually ingesting, not bad.
No, I don't think it is. I mean,
yeah.
if you just look at the list of ingredients within the diet, it's actually really healthy.
Yeah.
All whole foods. They're pushing healthy fats.
Yeah.
They're pushing whole grains, vegetables, fruits, protein sources, nuts, seeds. I think it's just the order of eating which creates the disordered eating.
Yeah.
But generally, I think it's probably the best diet we've had on here today.
Yeah. Agreed.
I think if you were to take away the timing of the foods and when to eat them, and just ate all those foods, I think you'd be a very healthy person. I'd try and get protein in it each meal.
Yeah.
But the food selection looks good.
Agree.
I think I would give the Beverly Hills diet a 10 out of 10 for the type of foods. But with the timing and stuff, that brings it, I would say it's a 5 out of 10. So somewhere in the middle. 7 out of 10 I'm going to give the Beverly Hills diet. It's a bit weird, but you're getting in the right nutrients and eating it in a weird order.
Took the words out of my mouth. Again, 7 out of 10.
Oh, yes. Well, look, guys, I hope you've enjoyed our 80s special today, and it might have taken you back to your youth. Or it also might have taught you a few things of what it was like to live when you were exercising and dieting in the 80s. Thank you very much for tuning in today, and we will see you on the next one.
Bosh.